I've been placed in L&T Construction as a graduate engineer trainee. L&T Construction is a company that focuses on your grades or your CGPA. So you need to build that up from the beginning itself.
Hello to all. This podcast will be in English, and here with me, my friend Sreelakshmy is there, and she is my friend ever since we started engineering, and she was in my team as well. So she's from Kerala, and I would like to ask Sreelakshmy to give short introduction about herself. Over to you, Sreelakshmy.
Hi, Mohit. I'm really glad to be here today. So myself, Sreelakshmy. I'm a mechanical engineering student in my fourth year, studying in Vellore Institute of Technology. So currently, I've been placed in L&T Construction as a graduate engineer trainee. So I'm here to share my experience with all of you.
So thank you so much for coming to our show, actually. And here we shall learn many things about L&T Construction Company, how it goes and how the procedure goes and all. So everything we'll learn here in this podcast. So be with us. So Sreelakshmy, how did you get placed in L&T Construction Company? You can start from the scratch. What happened? When did this company came, and how the procedure went through? All those details, please. Over to you.
So L&T Construction came to our campus for placements towards the end of October.
Okay.
Then we had a strict criteria for applying. Basically, L&T Construction is a company that focuses on your grades or your CGPA. So you need to build that up from the beginning itself. We were allowed to apply only the top 50 or top 25 ranks in a particular branch were allowed to apply for the entire placement process itself. So once we cleared the online test, then within 2 weeks, we had the call for interview. And after the interview, within a week, we had our final results, then the medical checkup, and we had the letter with us.
Okay. So what were the questions specifically asked in OT? I mean, online test.
Okay, so online test is basically, it's very lengthy, and there are different sections. We have aptitude, verbal and logical reasoning, and then we have a technical section. So if my memory is right, we had around 45 minutes for the first three sections combined, that is aptitude, reasoning and verbal, and then 45 minutes alone for the technical questions.
Okay.
So technical questions they were numerous. We had a lot of technical questions, both numerical and theory type of questions were there. So it wasn't particularly hard if you're clear with your basic concepts. So, and if you're already someone who's preparing for GATE or any other exams, then it's going to be easier for you.
Obviously, GATE, if you are preparing for GATE or any other competition, it will certainly become easy for you to crack these kind of online tests. And but you have talked about shortlisting process. You know, this shortlisting is a major deal here to crack. If you are shortlisted, then your probability is high in order to get selected for this company. Anyways, so we have talked about online tests. We have talked about shortlisting. Right now, when you came to know that you have been shortlisted for the further round, I mean, what were you feeling, and how did you prepare for your interviews?
So obviously I was happy. I was also a bit shocked because to be honest, my performance in the test was pretty hard. So especially the technical portions, and when you have a lot of questions and the time is less, you think you didn't perform well, but it went kind of okay. So I was happy. Then I started preparing for the interview because even though, however, the test when the interview is really the deal breaker, because ultimately everything depends on your interview itself.
Exactly.
So I prepared. So basically, I focused on preparing some core subjects. Like whatever you're preparing, prepare those really well. So I went for subjects like thermodynamics or strength of materials, which have a scope for a lot of questions being asked. And L&T being a construction company, you need to focus on subjects that are relevant to those. So that is how I prepared for the interview. Then we were already told that in our interview, we will have both technical and HR rounds, and we will have an extempore round where they give you a topic and you have to speak on the spot about it for around 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay.
So that was not a difficult part. So after that, we had our interview. Interview was a very smooth process. I had several technical questions, which were okay. They were, we can answer them if you're really clear with they ask basic questions. Basically, they are testing if you have the basic knowledge and you're able to answer on the spot when you in such a short time limit.
Exactly.
And HR round was also pretty good. So I had only one interviewer, and ultimately everything comes down to how your interviewer is, because they ask the questions. So it's up to them. So different people have different interview experiences depending on who is interviewing them. And then we had Extempore. So for me, my interviewer gave me a choice. He gave two questions, and I was to answer any one of them.
Okay.
So that was how it went.
So did technical and HR go hand in hand, or it went separately?
It was a single interview.
Okay.
One interview.
So technical and HR combined together.
Yes.
So I think that they must have asked you, tell me about yourself.
Yeah, tell me about yourself is a part of every interview. You begin like that.
This is the core thing, I have asked him, I have told in my first video as well that it should be as short as possible. I mean, should be as short and
yeah, but you're getting some time to say everything about yourself, because your interviewer has your resume, but it is up to you what you pick out and what is special about you that you speak.
Exactly. And I think 50 seconds is quite enough.
Yeah,
actually.
that is
Within that time, we should definitely wrap our introduction. Otherwise, it would be a turn off moment for them as well. So apart from this, you had been asked technical questions as well, and then some HR questions. Okay, fine. So you performed better in that, and then finally extempore round happened. So extempore round, was it kind of GD or something else? I mean, many people were there.
Extempore round was also a part of this interview. We have one interview process. It's just with one interviewer, and everything happens in that itself.
Okay.
So you wrap everything up with this one interview.
Okay. Means that those all went in one day, right?
Yeah, everything was in one day. Everything was in just one single meeting itself.
Wow.
You join, you have your introduction, you have technical questions, HR questions, extempore, and then you're done.
Around how much time did it went? I mean, did your meeting?
That depends on how many questions you're asked or how well you answer. So for me, it went around 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh wow! Within 10 to 15 minutes, they all of them. I mean, they asked everything. I mean, including extempore as well.
Yeah, extempore, I spoke for around 1.5 minutes.
Wow. That's great achievement of yours, man. I mean, really proud of you. Like L&T Construction company, generally asks so many things at the beginning. If you clear it out,
I think that's what.
Yeah,
that's what I said. It all boils down to who your interviewer is, how many questions they want to ask you. It depends on that.
So okay, Sreelakshmi, it was quite good interacting with you, and I felt really great. So many things to learn about L&T Construction company as well, as I didn't sit in that as well. So obviously didn't get shortlisted. So okay, it was quite good to meet you. So okay, we'll meet soon. Yes. We'll meet soon actually. So hope, of course, all the best for your future endeavors. Start your career with L&T Construction company and start with full passion. And let's see, we'll meet again in the near future. Okay, thank you, Sreelakshmi.